When you think of farms in North Carolina, you think of rolling fields and silos. But for a certain breed of farmer, the ideal land for their trade is a sea of pollen. This unique, off-the-beaten-path farming lifestyle is led by Mr. Jack Tapp and Ms. Betsy Spencer at Busy Bee Apiaries. The Busy Bee business brings them all over, from South Carolina to right back in Hillsboro in a yard by I-40. Here, Mr. Tapp and Ms. Spencer farm a handful of beehives. Correction, lots and lots of beehives. The business is run out of the Tapp's home, and Mr. Tapp's wife, Bobby, helps with the office work, not without the priceless help of her two assistants, Ginger and Honey, the perky little poodles. Contrary to popular belief, the main business of bee farms is not, in fact, honey. Instead, it is more focused on the sales of bees and farming paraphernalia. Jack loads his hives onto the bed of a flatbed truck to rent them out to a dairy farm for increased production of grass and clover for the cows. They also breed queen bees to colonize new hives, which they hand deliver to their clients, as well as build and sell bee farming equipment. Their business takes them all over the Southeast, and a large portion of their hives are currently located in the blueberry fields of White Lake, North Carolina, about 3 hours away. Unfortunately, the weather doesn't always cooperate with their extensive travel. Luckily, on this trip the weather broke for long enough to be productive. Betsy works with Jack to speed up the work and beat the rain, as well as give the bees more than one person to contend with. Whether the weather decides to behave, the beehives in the fields of White Lake must be tended to. However, in Hillsboro, when the weather gets bad, Betsy and Jack are able to move to work in the shop. Here, new hive boxes are made, and ones that are worn down or old are repaired. Though the bees do their best to consume most of Jack and Betsy's time. The outside world finds the occasional moment to touch the apiary. Betsy and Jack frequently help green bee farmers begin their own unique journey into the lives of bees. But don't for a second begin to think that this vibrant career of Jack and Betsy's is light work, that they get off easily. Not only do they work hard all week, but they also pay for their colorful lifestyle in countless stings from their tiny wards. Betsy and Jack use smoke to confuse and fend off the bees, but when that fails, Betsy puts the occasional bee firmly in its place. After dodging close encounters with bee stings and selling their wares, the Busy Bee family helps customers load their merchandise into the back of a van, and they are able to call it a day and rest until tomorrow.